Hi guys, welcome to another Friday live Flourish. My name is David. Now, some say you can't do a science experiment, talk about CRM and operate your own video camera. Now at Flourish we love a challenge, so that's exactly what I'm going to attempt to do. So if it goes awry, then it's my own fault, I've got myself to blame. So what I want to do is try and explain sort of the digital marketing process on a sort of high level. We won't go into too much detail today. We'll save that for another Friday Live. But I think it's important that when we talk about digital marketing, a lot of people talk about acquisition, and that's fine. That's bringing your customers in from a prospect pool in your market. That's things like like Facebook. It's Google display, search, SEO. It's attracting customers to whatever you have. Could be your website, could be your store, could be something you've created. It's attracting new customers. But what do you do when the customers are in your world? You've got to appeal to them, and that's where CRM comes from. So we take that a little bit literally today, and we will look at an actual prospect pool. And here we have our prospect pool. Now, you might be a large enterprise customer, you might be a medium-sized customer, it could be a small company. But no matter what size you are, you've got to spend money to get people in. So imagine every time I'm dipping into my prospect pool, this is my market, every time I dip into there, it's going to cost me X amount of money. So that could be $1 million, it could be 100,000, it could be hundreds of dollars. Essentially, you want to make sure that you try and get people into your system. So what happens when you don't have any kind of CRM system? Well, let's take the large company. You've got a trickle, you've got a flow, people coming in, fantastic, spend a lot of money. Again, it just falls out. You get a little bit of residue, people being sticky. But essentially, if you don't have a good system to keep the customers, then you're going to either lose them or lose them to competitors or going to go elsewhere. And it's the same thing no matter how sort of big you are. So you need, something to kind of, what we say, plug the gap. So in this instance, we use tools. Now I've taken this again literally, and we literally have a screwdriver here, it's a toe screwdriver, and this represents our CRM. So you don't have to spend a lot of money on your tools or system or people, but essentially it's something to help create that customer experience along the way. So we'll see what happens when we dip into our prospect pool again. You've seen a little bit of churn, which you'll always get. So don't worry, you'll always have people sort of leave naturally. But it's your job to implement the right systems to retain your customer base. And that's what we talk about when we talk about CRM. Now that's obviously an extreme example, and it's not quite, unfortunately it doesn't work, it's not as simple as that, unfortunately. But essentially, that is what he's trying to do. So what do we mean when we talk about CRM? Well, it's literally customer relationship management, customer relationship marketing in some instances. A lot of people, a lot of companies might think of CRM systems. It could be a Salesforce, for example, where you've got clients or customers and you're managing them through some kind of system. A lot of maybe sort of rudimentary tools. You might not even have any kind of expensive tools. You could be just managing a database. But at Flourish we think of CRM as an experience. So that's yes, it's managing people through data or some kind of system. But it's creating that experience and managing people along that life cycle and having the ability to communicate to them people. So there's a few essential things, a few essential components to that. So obviously you're collecting your data into your prospect pool, so we have our data. Great. So you're managing your data. That could be demographic data. It could be behavioural data. It could be psychological data. It could be third-party data that you're bringing in and you're collating. And you might not be collating it as soon as they come in. You might be surveying them. You might be what we call progressive profiling them along their customer journey. Data is really key, but how you manage that data is a CRM system. So we also have systems which help do the job. Now you may go and buy like a Salesforce Enterprise, solution, or you could be buying. It could just be a simple sort of, MailChimp where you're housing your data. But essentially, you've got to be able to manage that data somehow. And what we do with that data is really important. That's where people come in, and that's where the likes of Flourish can really start to help understand and get the most out of that, your customer base essentially. So we also have analysis. So that could be modelling, it could be creating, for example, a propensity model of people who are most likely to buy our next product, or your highest value customers, people who are just about to abandon their cart, for example. You need to identify those customers in some way. And what you need to be able to do is to be able to communicate to them customers. And again, a lot of companies I've seen will focus on this side, the data systems analysis. What we do at Flourish is, we pride ourselves on being able to do this, but we also take great care in how we communicate and what we're communicating to our customers. So, that's where the likes of good creative come in. And what we do at Flourish is we really start to look along the whole customer life cycle, for example. So you're filling up your funnel. Day one, you're able to identify them, you're able to onboard them, as we call, and really start to sort of work people through their journey at various points. And that could be days, it could be actions, it could be something that we've identified through the site, for example, using web analytics. It could be a propensity model, as I say, or some kind of behavioural trigger, or just something, or a personal touch if you're in a store, meet and greet, phone call, for example, customer service. So we have all these different elements feeding into our CRM system. So CRM is not just a sort of database. It becomes this big, different disparate sources of data, different people managing through that system. What we want to do is use our data and our analysis to help identify where people are along that journey. So at Flourish, we really take pride in that. But that's one part of it. What we need to do is be able to communicate with them people, and we do that through our creative and our communication. So it doesn't matter if it's email, it doesn't matter if it's display, it doesn't matter if it's retargeting or social media, or even TV ads, or direct mail or billboards, for example. They are mediums to communicate your message, but helping. What we do in digital is fantastic in that we can have all this data to help identify where people are in their journey. And so traditionally you had, I guess a scattergun approach where you may have been able to have a billboard and it's trying to target everyone. But what we can do with data is organise people into groups, and obviously we call segments, target audience. We create personas, for example. We group people. We can start to target based on a whole bunch of actions, and that's where your data comes in. Let's say data is one part of it. You want to be able to identify when people are dropping off, for example. We use triggers for that, and you can plug in different things along the way. So that's kind of a simple view of CRM. Now, if you think about this, a 5% increase in your CRM can effectively increase productivity by about 75%. It's really important that we focus on this side of the table. We want to make sure, we're filling up the funnel, but if we're just going to let them fall through, then it's really money wasted. And nobody wants to waste money, certainly not me, if anyone knows me. So that's all for today. I think in different flourishes, for Friday Lives, we'll go into a bit of detail about some of this stuff. We're really excited to talk to customers, whether they're enterprise, medium, or smaller companies. Come and talk to us. Our email address, inquiries@flourishworld.com.au. visit our website, check out some of the stuff we do. We'd love to hear from you, and we'll see you next week.